now it is becoming clear that William Ruto is planning to arrest Gachagua at Jkia. And of course, we've heard from Kindiki, the DP, akisema hivi,
national security from everyday politics. And therefore, I hear there is a leader who spoke outside Kenya and said they have information that can help us preempt any attack by Alshabab, because they have information on who and where plans to terrorize Kenyans are being made. We therefore want to ask the relevant agencies to make sure that the people who are saying they have information on terrorists and criminals, they must be held accountable and they must record their statement so that they can help us to investigate, establish the issue, and make sure we protect Kenya from harm from bandits, terrorists, and criminals. Mimi nimesema hivi.
Yes, he's saying that Gachagua should actually be arrested because ameenda kuinje na anaharibu jina ya serikali. Anasema Ruto ako involved na Alshabab.
William Ruto, you need to know, the Americans want to know why you are working with Alshabab. Why, when you are in Mandera, you met 3 leaders of the Alshabab militia at night to discuss business with them. They want to know why.
Now, of course, Mungu pia anatishia Gachagua, anasema hivi,
disparaging our country, talking about issues of insecurity as though it's a joke, to the extent that he's talking about, he thinks that he's going to parade issues of terrorism in America for him to get votes. Your Excellency, we want to say without fear of contradiction, because he has said he has information and he knows, and he has an agent who is sitting in meetings with Al-Shabaab. As soon as he lands in Kenya, he must record a statement to tell us exactly which meetings he's doing with terrorists. This country, you know, we have joked for far too long.
Yes, anasema kama Gachagua haizi achiliwa asifanye kinyanataka. So, you see, my question is, I mean, the president needs to address what Gachagua is saying. Because, arresting Gachagua is just intimidating Gachagua as yonge. But the question is, can he really arrest Gachagua? Because wamekuwa wakisema all along from last year that they are planning to arrest Gachagua. But no one has dared arrest Gachagua. Because how do you arrest Gachagua? Kingpin wa Mount Kenya. Now, the strongest opposition leader Kenya has now, right now. How would you arrest Gachagua? And of course, if you want to arrest Gachagua, I think you need to do it. You don't need to arrest, you don't need to announce or threaten. You need to do it mara moja. Because all they're doing, they're just trying to intimidate Gachagua. And Gachagua's main crime is, of course, exposing the dirt in Ruto's government. Alisema kwamba Ruto ako involved na Alshabab. Then he said that Ruto is actually, sending weapons to Sudan to help the fight to go on. And of course, I remember some 3 months ago, Citizen aired some, news content showing how Kenyan firearms were being used in Sudan. So Gachagua's statements are actually true. And that's why you see Ruto anafeel kwamba Gachagua anammaliza. And now Ruto is bitter because America imekuwa adui yake. And of course Trump's administration has set up, a team to actually investigate Ruto in Kenya. Na anasema kwamba wanataka to investigate how Ruto is, involved in abductions and of course extrajudicial killings. And of course how Ruto is actually involved in, in mambo ya Sudan na kila kitu. And of course this came after William Ruto was seen siding with China. And of course American watu wako na wivu. Wakikuona uko na China, you become the automatic enemy. So Ruto is someone who's just been, amekuwa crushed na kusqueeze against the wall. So ajui afanya nini. That's why you see now is taking his hunger to Gachagua. Yet Gachagua is not the problem. The problem is what he's been doing to Kenyans, and Americans have been watching ever since, because in Kenya kumekuwa na maandamano. Hizi maandamano, I believe, ni majenzis ndo wame create ama wamekuja nazo, not Gachagua. So William Ruto is just, worried. Na ako pushed against the wall, and he doesn't know what to do. That's why you see now, anaongea. In fact, I saw him saying that he's going to compensate victims who are protest. Of course, he's trying to, to appeal to America that he's a good president. But the damage has been caused because no amount of compensation can actually bring back your brother, your mother, your son who was maybe murdered for protest. So all this he wants to do will actually fall in deaf ears. That's why you see now ako bitter, and in fact he does not know what to do. Leo ameita meeting status, trying to give youth handouts as a way of trying to persuade the Gen Zs not to revolt against him. But the damage is done, despite him, even extending his hand to Agwambo, Raila Odinga, to actually support his government and supporting in 2027 elections. Still, the damage is done. And of course, at the moment, the only obstacle he has towards his re-election is, of course, Gachagua and Mount Kenya. And Gachagua has vowed to, of course, convince the entire nation that Ruto is a one-term. And of course, one-term song is being sung everywhere, all corners in Kenya. So see now, the president are too worried. That's why you see now, are busy campaigning instead of delivering his manifestos. He's campaigning. For example, today was campaigning, yeah, and of course, he's still anadanganya wa Kenya na mambo na promises. So see now, this takes me to my question. Do you really believe that Ruto can arrest Gachagua? Unaamini hiyo kweli? Because you see now, Gachagua is a powerful person, and of course, you have seen how America, in respect to a point whereby is even given escort. Tumeona kwa video how Gachagua anaescortiwa kama president, yet is just a leader, a former DP from Kenya actually. Lakini kwa America is like Trump in America. You see now, this guy is just powerful, and of course he is a force that is unstoppable. And I don't think any amount of intimidation from Kenya government will actually stop Gachagua, because Gachagua ni ex-AP, ex-Mau. So and of course he's bitter because he was impeached. Now tell me, do you believe Ruto will actually impeach Gachagua? Thank you. If you love politics, then Dr. Politica is your cup of tea. The place for minds that think. If you are watching this from anywhere else, search the name, hit subscribe, and stay sharp with us. Thank you for making Dr. Politica your home for fearless political truth. Every view, every like, every share fuels the fire behind the hours of research, filming, and editing we pour into each episode. By showing up consistently, you don't just support a channel, you empower a voice. In a world ruled by headlines, spin, and power games, you remind us that real people still care about real facts. We are here to inform, inspire, and ignite critical thinking, not just for today, but for generations to come. You are not just a viewer, you are the reason this platform exists.